What the fuck? Sleeping.
Hey, sports fans! This is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live for another edition of Saturday's Sports Freestyling Rivalry Week. You already know what it is. My number 16 Texas Longhorns hit it on them Texas A&M Aggies last night, 27-17. I know my man SEC Sean is probably somewhere in the corner with his head down in disgust because my man Doug and I, our Longhorns, put it on them last night. What y'all got to say? Let's go. My man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10 is in the house this morning. How you feeling, Mossberg?
Man, I'm feeling just as good as you. It's rivalry weekend. We got OSU, we got Michigan, we got screens moving, and Bevo had Aggie stew and steak for dinner last night. And I think for his dessert, he might have had SEC Sean's big toe mixed with a little strawberry shortcake just to put the icing on the top. But it's good to see everybody, man. A great weekend we got ahead with these rivalries. And, of course, my Seminoles got the Gators this weekend. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, of course, and just glad to be here as we do what we do on this here Freestyle Saturday.
We also got our man FanDuel Zaya of the FanDuel Zaya podcast with us this morning as well. How you feeling, FanDuel Zaya?
Always. Oh, yo. Man, let's go, man. It's about to get active today. You hear me? It's about to get real active. Y'all know what it is. We back with another banger.
Yeah, for sure. You already know we got quite a few questions for you as it relates to the Ohio State-Michigan game. How do you see things are going to go? But we'll get into that a little bit later on in the show. We got our man Doug in the house with us this morning. He said hook 'em, and he also said Sark made the same argument I did. Only team to play with OSU outgained them by almost 200. I know you don't want to hear that, FanDuel Zaya, but it's just facts, my brother. It's just facts.
I won the game. I don't care what y'all game.
Right. I know you're right about that. Listen, y'all, big announcement this morning or at sometime today. What do you think Lane Kiffin will say today? What do you think he's going to say?
Man, listen, man, I think he leaning towards staying now, like, after some of the words I heard him, after some of the comments I seen yesterday, I think he really torn between it for real. I think he know, like, if he can get it done at Ole Miss, man, he could become a legend there. It's so many different coaches you got to compete with to be notarized as one of the best coaches in program history if you go to LSU, but man, his DNA and footprint is all over Ole Miss right now. I don't know if he really want to mess that up. But this the thing, too. I'm hearing, the media talking about if he leave, he look disloyal and da-da-da-da. Like, people got to stop this nonsense. This is the NIL era. If he leave, he can take all his players with him. Like, what we talking about? How they going to look at him crazy? They'd be the same guys in his next locker room if he think you good enough.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking that he would have went to LSU last night, but I woke up this morning and said they're going to bring out the Brinks truck, They bringing out every armored car and they throwing the whole house, the bag, they throwing everything at him. I think what he's doing at Ole Miss is special. For him to come in and do what he's doing, we know he could pretty much go wherever he want, but I think they gonna do whatever they can. And like Zay said, he could take them and go. Wherever he goes, they're going to come to him. But I think if he stays in Ole Miss, he's building something special. And why not be Lane Kiffin, defeat all odds, and build something there in Ole Miss and bring SEC football back in a different way? I've never heard of Ole Miss being a dominant team. So why not Lane Kiffin do it in this new era with the nil, and that SEC just become even much more of a talk of a conference as it is now, as we see with the SEC, Big Ten, among other conferences. So I'm kind of leaning towards him getting that big bag. He stays in Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think the writing might be on the wall. Yes, can he go to LSU and have a better crop of players that he could probably recruit? Yeah, but the reality is NIL is here. The portal is here. He done it 2 years in a row at Ole Miss where they spent a little bit of money in the portal, in NIL, to be able to have the team that they had last year. They was right on the edge of making the college football playoffs last year. They're going to make the college football playoffs this year. I don't see any reason why he needs to go, because he can get whatever he wants in Ole Miss, just like he can get whatever he wants in LSU. But now he got to go and work with a whole different framework, a whole different organization, a whole different group of people, when he already got what he needs right there at Ole Miss. I think he's going to already be able to do what he needs to do to be competitive in the SEC. He's been able to do it 2 years in a row. I think he's going to stay. I think they're going to back up the Brinks truck to him, let him know that, listen, we're going to spend as much money as possible in NIL, and we're going to go get the best players that we need to get out of the portal. I think he stays. I think he's torn between leaving right now at this point, especially with it going so long. I think he's going to stay. We also got our man SEC Sean in the chat with us. Great win by Texas. Y'all played the most physical. Yeah, I think when it came down to it, SEC Sean, Texas played a little bit more physical, at least in that second half, and was able to make some things happen.
Official Doe, that's my guy, Dorian. Yeah, that's my guy, Dorian. Appreciate you watching, bro. That's the guy you tap into. Everything you see me with the hat today, WTP, that's my guy, Dorian. Sutton, man, appreciate you watching. Appreciate you joining. He's supposed to be coming through today to see me as well, but definitely, man, he agreeing with it as well.
Hey, Sean, come on up here. Come on up.
Zay, ready for you, SEC, Sean, man. It's good to see you in here this morning as well as you, Doug.
He said Kiffin's going to go to LSU.
I was thinking that, man.
What he going to do, man? But I really do believe he's going to be torn and won't want to leave Ole Miss. I wish he was on the screenshot so you could give us your perspective on why you think he's going to go to LSU. But maybe we can get that later on after he decides, and you can tell us why you felt he was going to do that anyway. What did y'all think about that game yesterday between Georgia and Georgia Tech? Did Georgia Tech play them a lot better than you thought, or was Georgia just off yesterday?
That's a good question. I was wondering the same thing myself. If Georgia was off, or I think it was a little bit of both, honestly. Was Georgia looking ahead? Georgia coming off a big win, and myself, I thought Georgia was actually going to put a nice whooping on them. I was, watching that game, and I was like, man, this is why I feel I'm up 1 week about Georgia, and then I'm here about Georgia the next week.
Yeah, I say, what's that? Brooks
played the 8 overtimes last year, so it was kind of a tough one to watch. But I think that goes to show the type of team Georgia Tech really is. They're really that tough of a team, and they're gonna push and go as we've seen throughout the season. But I'm gonna take this Georgia team as a serious threat. The reason I say that is because when their defense needed to step up, their defense stepped up, made big plays, And that's one thing about, what we've been looking at this year. It's a lot of explosive offense, but defense have opportunities to step up. And when they make those plays, stepping up on the defensive side, we got to respect that part of the game, and that's what they did. We got to give them that, and I hope that maybe propel them for the playoff. But I'm gonna just take it as that.
Man, listen, it's a rivalry game, bro. It ain't no off on nothing. No, it's just teams playing their hearts out, man, trying to beat dudes. A lot of these dudes played in the state playoffs. A lot of these dudes at Georgia Tech feel like they deserve that scholarship to Georgia over that guy. It's a lot of that going on. So I ain't gonna say Georgia was off. I just think it was just a heated battle. You know that Georgia Tech defense looked the best they looked all year long. They was flying around, bruh. Like I mean, in Georgia, that defense been rolling for about 6 games in a row. So that's why we got a straight defensive matchup out there. Stockton, he kind of reverted back to his earlier in the season ways too. He couldn't get nothing off out there. So I just think it was just a defensive game. Sometimes you got to win a defensive game though. Um, but like Georgia Tech had their chances. They got down there plenty of times. You can't keep on kicking field goals in games like this. You gotta get into the end zone. So that was the difference in the game. Not getting into the end zone.
Yeah, I agree, Zay. I think it was just one of those rivalry games where you already know that both sides is going to give it all they got, and they're going to play hard and they're going to play physical. And you got that other element in it where, listen, I wanted to get an offer from Georgia and I didn't get it, so I'm playing Georgia right now and I'm going to give Georgia hell. And I think that Georgia Tech did just that, man. They just weren't able to put the ball in the end zone like they needed to. I think both of those teams put a really, really good defensive game. I wish that um, I wish that the running back for Georgia Tech could have possibly been able to run the ball a little bit better. That probably would have helped open up the passing game. And I agree with you on Gunner Stockton. He kind of reverted back to his ways. But I think what teams might find out about Gunner Stockton is he doesn't throw the deep ball very well. He's more of those intermediate throwers like Quinn Ewers is. And sometimes you can scheme around trying to stop that part of his game. And I think Georgia Tech did a really good job yesterday of doing that. Let's welcome my man SEC Sean to the show before he jump on the road. How you feeling, SEC Sean?
Hungover.
Hey, my dude got plastered after they got that L.
Nah,
Good to see you
we
this
didn't get
morning.
plastered after we got the L. We're actually good. You know, it is what it is. Rivalry game. They like I said, they out physicaled us in the second half. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Um, we we got manhandled in the second half of that football game, and that's where the game was won. Uh, I, we had been a really good second half team all year, and when we were up at halftime, I was like, all right, we're good. We're in a good position. And I put it in the chat we had going. Colin Klein made some of the stupidest play calls I've ever seen. I don't understand that, man. He does this once in a while. I'm sorry. 3rd and 2, you'd run the ball consistently. Just run the ball. Get the first down, reset the chains instead of trying to chunk a 30-yard downfield pass in a stadium that the wind was whipping around in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's off target, bam, you know, then you go down and you got a 4th and 1 and you do the run up, act like you're going to snap it. That offensive line and running backs were getting you 1 yard. If you're going to run up there, don't take the delay of game. You're punting to one of the most dangerous punt returners, Niblet. Just either go for it or line up and punt the ball. Don't get the 5-yard penalty. Back it up. You never know what's going to happen in that situation. Bad shank punt. Numerous different things, but that's the biggest thing I've heard in talking with my other Aggies. Everybody's shaking their head at Colin Klein, and What were you doing? Why did you change the? To be honest with you, it reminded me of Ohio State last year. Why did we change our offense going into the rival game?
Yeah.
Made a
But
great point.
we lost. Not gonna nothing else I can say about it. We lost. We got manhandled in the second half. That's all there is to it. Hopefully, this refocuses this team. You
Let me
know,
let me ask you this, SEC Sean. Do you think it's a situation where Colin Klein just sort of got out of his own head, or do you think that PK might have his number, just like Kirby Smart got Steve Sarkisian's number?
no, because we were moving the ball well in the first half, and then Klein decided to try a bunch of this gimmicky crap that he likes to try to do in the second half. And I don't understand why Elko didn't override it either. But he hasn't done that all year with Klein. He's let Klein do the offense. Elko overrides the defense. So um, I don't think it was necessarily that PK got the better of Klein. I just think Klein got in his head too much. And it's like I had said earlier in the week. If A&M can jump up 14 to 20 points, Sark's going to panic. Well, y'all jumped up 13 to 10, and Klein panicked.
Yeah.
And he should have never panicked. He should have just relied. That offensive line of ours would have eventually worn down that D line in the middle of the third, all the way into the fourth quarter, and you just start running the ball down their throat. You have these bruising backs. But again, Klein made some of the weirdest play calls. Texas's defense made some adjustments in the second half. Getting Ty Anthony Smith back helped a lot, I believe. Um, Texas out physicaled us. I mean, there's just nothing else I can say about it. The second half looked like a varsity high school football team versus an eighth grade football team. We were just getting shoved around everywhere. Your offensive line, that was the best game your offensive line played all year.
Yeah.
You only allowed 2 sacks. And I told y'all going in, Arch's legs could be a difference in this game. And that's what it was. He started running, and then our safeties had to start creeping up, and then bam, right over the top to Wingo in the back of the end zone. And then the safeties stayed back a little bit, and here comes this tight end across the middle on drag routes. I mean, Texas just had the right play call at the right time, and there was just no answer for it. They got too concerned about Arch's legs versus just playing sound defense and tackling Arch. Um, it is what it is. Rivalry game. Everybody gets up for them. Y'all got up more in the second half. That's how it ended.
Real quick, SEC Sean. I know you mentioned things. We was talking a lot in the chat as well about the offense and the way the offense switched things up. What's your thoughts going in? We know a lot's been going on with coaching carousel, coordinator switches. What's your thoughts with this offensive coordinator moving into next season? I know it's still early. We haven't even started the playoff. I just want to get your thoughts on that because I know you've been frustrated with some of that offense and the way you feel y'all could really move that ball offensively.
I like Colin Klein. I just wish Colin Klein would be more consistent in his play calling and not freak out and lose his mind and try all this different stuff. Um, if you told me I could get a different offensive coordinator, I'd have to see who it is before I would say that. But my my feelings wouldn't be hurt if, like, Klein accepted the North Texas job.
Mm.
My feelings wouldn't be hurt. We can find an OC. That's not a problem. I mean, it's just like any other bigger university. You can find the OC that you want. I mean, hell, we could go get Bobby Petrino to be the OC. There's talks that Cliff Kingsbury's interested in maybe returning to A&M as an OC.
Mm.
Give me Cliff in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know you take Cliff all day. He's
Shoot,
special.
that was the OC when Manziel was there. That offense was electric. This offense is more of a run-based offense, but you I don't know. Klein, I like Klein. I think he's good for Marcel Reed because they're the kind of the same style. But I think he's got to learn how to utilize Marcel a little more. And I'm going to be fair with Marcel. He looked bad in the second half. I'm not even going to. He didn't look great the whole game. Actually, was throwing high again. He's only a sophomore too, just like Arch. And yes, he played the year before, but he didn't play but maybe 4 games, 5 games, and then he'd come in a few times too when Wegman got hurt. But he's only just a sophomore too. And Arch, you know, is a sophomore, so that could be something. Those two can both increase next year. That could be a really good little battle right there. Um, but I think Klein is fine, but just like I said, I'm not going to be upset if he goes away.
Yeah.
So the only one I don't want to go away, of course, is Elko, which he isn't. I wouldn't be upset with Jay Bateman leaving. I've never been a Jay Bateman fan. He's got a decent defense, but so we'll just have to see where that leads.
Yeah. Well, we knew you couldn't
So,
stay for very long, but we appreciate you jumping in for the little bit of time that you could to give us your
well,
perspective in that game yesterday.
I had to give my perspective, and I had to give I had to give my props out to where it goes. I mean, we lost. That's all there is to it. I mean, um, I think I'm more upset that my high school team, my alma mater, lost 49-48 in the playoffs last night by going for
Oh,
two in the win
Wow.
in a game that was delayed, that started at 7 p.m. Texas Central Time and was delayed and re-kicked off in the second quarter at midnight.
oh
Man,
wow.
I'm all for them going for two and going for the win. Somebody got to
Well,
win and somebody got to lose. You might as well do it
right.
from the
What
two.
what we what we did was the coach had come out and made a statement that he polled all the seniors before the game, and if we're in that situation, what do you want to do? And all the seniors said, "Go for the win." He left it
Hey,
up to his senior leadership team. Those are the seniors. That's their last game. They went for it. They missed it. That's that.
hey, that's respected, man. It's gonna come back and
So,
they're gonna remember that day and be strong from it. So you build
oh yeah.
champions out
So
of things like that. That's a great thing.
it it is what it is. We'll go watch today, and we'll see if Texas. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm now rooting for chaos.
I told you the
He
chaos.
want his get back.
The chaos just
You're
started.
exactly right. I told y'all in the chat, I want Texas to come in at number 11. I want us to be 6, and I want to run it back on Kyle Field and let's roll.
Ooh. Mm.
It'll be
So
pretty much the same. No,
no, because we'll be a lot healthier too, because we'll get Moss
yeah,
back.
yeah,
But I'd
Yeah,
love to see another. I mean, let's put it all on the line. Um, but we'll see what happens today. I mean, we'll see if we get the chaos we're all looking for, or if we get chalk. I think if we get chalk, I think Texas is still in trouble.
I think we getting
Um,
chaos.
if we get chaos, I'm looking at it like this: you need Vandy, Michigan, Alabama, or Oklahoma to lose, and it would help if BYU lost too.
Out of them teams
That
that you
that's what
just
I'm
said,
putting.
out of them teams, real quick, because I know you got to get out of here, man. Appreciate you too as well.
Ah,
Which team do you feel have the biggest chance of actually losing out of them teams you just said?
Vanderbilt in Michigan.
Mm, mm.
I don't think Alabama. I don't think Alabama loses to Auburn. Um, I don't see Michigan beating Ohio State. Um, and Oklahoma should handle LSU pretty handily in Norman. Um, but Vanderbilt, Tennessee, that would be the one I would say. I don't see BYU losing to UCF either. Um,
yeah,
I would see Vanderbilt being the one, and if that's the only one you do get, it doesn't bode well for Texas. I don't think.
yeah. What you think about Miami and Pitt?
Ooh. How does Miami handle the cold? That's going to be the key to that game. Um, I like Miami. I think Miami wins. Um, because I think Miami's going to play with a little more, not necessarily pressure on them, but with Miami knows they have more to lose.
Yeah.
And I think, Beck, even though he's been up and down, I think Carson Beck has that experience level over a freshman from Pitt,
Yeah.
of playing in big games. I mean, he's played in numerous big games. Carson Beck has with um, all the games he played at Georgia. So I think the experience factor will come in a little bit. I think Pitt wins. Um, I'm sorry. I think Miami wins. Um, Trying to think who else you got today. Uh, as of right now, if Tulane wins, it's North Texas at Tulane for the American Championship. And if Tulane loses, it's Navy at North Texas, I think.
Oh, so they don't play this championship game on a neutral site?
No, the championship game is at the number one seeds field.
Hey, hey, nah. Navy need Tulane and North Texas to lose to make it.
Did they? Okay, I couldn't remember about that.
Yeah,
I thought it was a tie between them. I thought if Tulane lost, North Tech Navy could get in because that would be Tulane's second conference loss.
yeah, not Navy. I think Navy. I want to say they need both of them to lose to get in. It's some point thing
Well,
though.
we know that won't happen because North Texas already won.
So
Oh
Zay,
yeah, it's over then.
if both of them lose, what would the matchup be?
Well, North Texas
I,
already won their game yesterday, so
Oh yeah, okay,
I
okay.
I don't know what the matchup would be, but I was looking just for like who would the team that won that conference look like. So I don't really. They ain't gonna put the other champion in. You know what I'm saying? They'd just put James Madison in. But if Navy was to
right.
make it and get in, they'd still have a chance to get in. But that's the only thing I was looking for. I wasn't looking for the next team that'll be in because I don't care about them.
Yeah, it's going to come down to Tulane or North Texas getting in. That's going to be your group five right there.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh well, barring we gotta see. We still gotta see. I don't know. I still
nah,
think James Madison got a puncher's chance.
they might, but I mean, with North Texas winning yesterday, I think that if North Texas or Tulane winds up, winning, I think they're going to be so much higher in the rankings right now that they won't get in. But there is a puncher's chance because you never know what's going to happen. But give me Miami, yeah. Give me Oklahoma. Give me Alabama. Give me. I'm going to take Vandy to win. Um, but that's the upset I see. Give me Ohio State. What other good games we got today? Give me SMU to win whoever they're playing.
Well, if you want your
Um,
get back, you need Vandy. You need
oh, I
Vandy to
know, I
lose
do.
today. You need Bama to lose today, and you need
Right,
Michigan to lose today. Them all
right,
three of them. That's where Texas will have a chance.
right. And then that's what I said. But I don't see all that playing out like that. I'd
I
like to
don't know
have the
why.
game run back again, but I
I
just
don't
don't.
know why. Vandy ain't nothing special, and
Plus,
we know the
I
Iron
didn't pick
Bowl.
Vandy.
The Iron Bowl is one of them games. That's one of them
Oh, I know.
rivalries for real.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. And that's at Jordan Hare, so that's going to be. You never know, but that's just what I'm picking. Chaos can happen, but that's just what I'm picking right there. Who's Virginia got? They got Virginia Tech. Yeah, they should
Virginia
win.
Tech.
Virginia Tech.
Well, we don't know that. We
That's
don't know that either.
No, we
I
don't.
mean, it's a
I'm
chaos
going
filled
by what I
weekend.
think will happen. So I'm just going by what I think. Virginia Tech could beat them. You're right. Rivals never know, but I'm just going with what I think is going to play out, and I think that Virginia will beat Virginia Tech. SMU will win over whoever. Wake Forest, I think. No, they lost to Wake Forest. I don't know who they got, but um,
They got Cal.
yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, and that's at SMU, I think.
Yeah,
So
they win. They in the
um,
ACC championship.
right, right, and I think of course if Virginia wins, they're in. So um,
Yep. If Virginia SMU win, that's the ACC championship.
yeah, so we'll see how it plays out. It's going to be an interesting one. So, um, but I had to jump on and take my medicine.
Oh
Uh,
man, we appreciate it.
I told y'all I'm one. I don't. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, only one person been right all the time, and it ain't me.
Hey, at least your jersey smell good now.
Well, I'll
It's
just have to
ready.
start wearing the other one too.
It's ready for the
I'm gonna
playoffs.
start. Yeah, I'm gonna bring out the other jersey now, so it'll be ready for the playoff. It's already ready.
Yeah, but nah, man, it's good to have you, man. We appreciate the time
Yeah.
you spend, and when you do come on, man, it's just bringing that SEC vibe and them Aggies in. Like I said, man, you know
Uh,
we always appreciate it.
just to everybody watching out there and y'all too. Me and Doug were talking last night too. We're gonna go live Monday afternoon and evening
Cool.
uh, with our regional final preview for Texas high school football.
All right, cool, cool.
If you do it in the afternoon, send me the link. I'll join. That way I can stay up so I can take a
Yeah,
nap. That way
I'll
I
have to
get a
see.
good rest.
I took Monday off because we're driving back tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I took Monday off, so I don't. It's just going to depend on what time Doug's available.
All right. Yeah,
So,
tell Doug to get my number and send it to him, man, so he could chat me up so I could set up that other conversation as well.
Moss, what you know about
yeah,
Texas high school football?
Listen, my nephew down there at Georgetown High School. Since me and SEC Sean been chatting, and my sister, she actually been down there for a few years. I've been getting locked into a lot of it, man. You know me, man. I'm trying to go coast to coast with it, fan. Like, they're gonna be seeing Level Up Sports 10 down in Texas at a high school football game. For sure.
For sure, I feel it. You
um,
gotta get you. Hey, you gotta get you some merch.
You got to get the
that's
merch. You
right.
got to get. I'm sniffing on. I need it, man.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Other than that, man, y'all be good, stay safe, and obviously I won't jump on tomorrow because I'll be driving back, um, but we'll catch up, next week for sure. But congrats again to that ugly ass burnt orange color.
It looks real pretty.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
guess
Oh,
in
look
SEC.
somebody's
good
eyes it does. So y'all be good. We'll catch up later in the week.
for
All
sure,
right,
man. I'm gonna shoot you a
All
text
right,
here
Sean.
too, man.
All right.
all
Yes,
right.
sir.
All right. Bye.
What do y'all think about the AAC having their championship game on one of the team's field and not a neutral site? That sounds kind of crazy to me.
Man, they ain't got no money out there like that. They saving money. That's
Well,
cool. Hey, that rewards the regular season. You get rewarded for being the number one team in the conference in the regular season. That's cool with me.
that's, I, man, I agree with you too, Zay. But I'm sitting here thinking like, can they get another team some love? Can somebody in the city and the state put them in the stadium where they, you know what I mean? I'm just asking. That's all. Something like that. I think it would be worth it. I think that's something that could possibly. I think we got stadiums here. Just speaking on it, that you could have big games. You know what I mean, in different places. So I think they more deserving of it, even though it's them being at home, put them in a big stadium, let you know both vibes come in instead of them
Yeah,
feeling like
but
over.
I don't think y'all think about this either though. Like if you in a year where you feel like your league about to get a bid, don't you want to get your best team in? You don't want to have that game on a neutral site and then the team that we know is not better just have an out of body experience and win that game. Then they make it to the playoffs. They really gonna get popped. We already think the best team gonna get popped. The second best team really gonna get popped.
I, but I think that you got a great point, but I think that shows the what I'm looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? Is that like the portal? It just shows how things can be. Just I don't know. I like it both ways though. I do like it. I like it both ways.
So if it turns out to be a North Texas and Tulane matchup and it's played in Tulane, do you think Tulane is the better team?
Nah, Tulane ain't the better team. I'm just talking about most years. I think
Oh,
North Texas. I think Navy the best team out of all them, bro. I just think it's hard to prepare for a team like that. But like North Texas, they got a nice offense. They do, but their defense is trash.
their defense is
Like
trash.
one of these Power Four schools is about to do whatever they want to that defense.
Yeah, yeah,
Like if they get a couple kicks on it, yeah,
yeah. Let's talk a little bit about this Alabama and Auburn game. The game is called the Iron Bowl. It's going to be in Jordan Air Stadium. What's your thoughts on that game? Can Auburn slow down this Alabama pass offense? They possibly get a win and upset Alabama.
it's possible. It's very possible. It's a rivalry game. It's rivalry weekend. We've seen what Auburn's done in the past when Alabama has been at the pinnacle of what they're at this season, being on the type of streak they're on, playoff push, looking to possibly get into the SEC championship with Texas A&M loss. So I think they definitely need to be, coming into this game not looking ahead. They got to play. I'm gonna pick Alabama in this game to win, but this game could give Texas birth to a playoff position, and I think it's one that I think we need to really watch because Ryan Williams is my guy. I still love this young kid, man. Great, great player, great in what he do. I just want to see him step up and make some big plays in this game. And if he do, I think Alabama gets this game, and I think they actually win big. If Ryan Williams can make some big plays, I think Alabama wins big. But this is a game that you got to be leery of because Auburn is going to come in with nothing to lose and try to knock this Crimson Tide team off.
Man, I'm going with the upset today, bro. What's up with Caleb DeBoer? We already know what his problem is. He have a hard time on the road. You know, I'm going Auburn, bro. I don't like Auburn at all. I know they down to like they third string quarterback two or something, but like, man, this is just one of them days where the weirdest stuff happened, bro.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I need Auburn to win in order for Texas to have some hope. But I really feel like Alabama at mid-season was playing lights out. But here lately, towards the tail end of the season, they haven't been playing as well because their running game has been dormant. It really never really got off to a good start in the beginning. Then they started kicking in a little bit. I don't know if Jan Miller is going to be Jan Miller today or not, but I think that the defense for Auburn can keep them in the game. And we already know when you get in the fourth quarter of a close game in somebody else's stadium, it's advantage Auburn. And I'm going to pick Auburn to win this game because I need them to. But I think that they got a legitimate chance to win it, though, even though they're down to their third string quarterback. Hopefully, their quarterback can play well enough and they can run the football well enough to play keep away from Ty Simpson and those wide receivers. But I'm going with Auburn in this one. What's your thoughts about the Tennessee and Vanderbilt game? Vanderbilt has to travel across the state to play Tennessee in an in-state rivalry game. Can Tennessee put up enough points to beat Diego Pavia?
Man, I think they definitely gonna volunteer to make a mixtape out of the Commodores, and we ain't talking about old school. I'm talking Pavia and this new Vanderbilt team. I think they're gonna shut them down today at home. I think Aguilar is gonna lead them to a big win. I know Tennessee's not the team that everybody expects them to be when it comes to the trenches, similar to what they had last year. They lost a few pieces, but I think they offense, get going at home differently. Aguilar using his legs today as well. So I think with that, they get the upset. I think this is a game that gives Texas birth, give Texas life as well. So with the Alabama Auburn, I didn't pick Auburn to upset, but I think this Vandy game, I think this could give Texas life with this loss more so for some reason than that Alabama loss. There's just more chaos that could happen. So I'm going Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee as well, man. Vandy ain't worth a damn thing, bro. You know, they ain't worth a damn thing. If it's a number next to the other team, I'm picking the other team.
Yeah, I think that Tennessee has an opportunity, even though their defense has not been good, they can take advantage of the offensive tackles for Vanderbilt and get some pressure on Diego Pavia. and be able to harass him a little bit in this game. Hopefully, they can take care of business on the back end though, and guard that tight end. That tight end is his outlet. He's their main dude. They might want to have a linebacker under him and then a safety over top of him on those crucial third downs because that's probably where he's going with the football. I think that Vanderbilt loses this game against Tennessee because I think Tennessee can put up more points than them because their offense is hard to stop. And Vanderbilt's defense isn't that good. If you watch them all year, they've given up a lot of points. What's happening, Costo? Good to see you in the chat. We're going to be talking about your Buckeyes here in a minute, so don't go nowhere.
Good morning, Kev.
What's your thoughts on the Oregon-Washington game? They got to travel a little bit over the West Coast, over to play Washington. Can Washington slow down this Oregon offense and win this game? Can they play physical enough football to be competitive in the trenches against this Oregon team? Just playing without their two best wide receivers. Of course, we already knew that the one wide receiver was out for the season, and they don't have Decory and Moore as well. Do they got enough talent on there to beat Washington? Evan Stewart was the one out for the season.
They got two Moores. I think this is where you see the quarterback that's playing in this game be a leader and lead these Ducks to a big win on the road. I think after last week, I got a different take on this Duck team, man. These boys really out here shaking the land and they quacking. And we know this is something that they do. I just want Oregon to be that team to shock me, surprise me, get a couple wins in this playoffs. We don't know what you're going to do. You're coming off winning the Big Ten last year. So we honestly don't know what to do. Washington could shock you. This is called chaos. Give me the Ducks in a blowout at Washington, even though it's going to be tough. They missing some players, but I got Ducks winning today.
Yeah, nah, Oregon got one of them rosters, man, where it's 4 or 5 stars everywhere. The talent ain't the issue. Maybe the experience is. But I think they win this game by 2 touchdowns. I think Washington banged up a bit too, for real. So, but today you gotta really punch your ticket, because you lose this game, man, you on the fence line, man. Depending upon what happened around the country, you got to punch your ticket.
Yeah, I think Oregon wins this game as well. I think they got enough talent to win this game. I wish that Washington, the way they played Ohio State in the first half, even though Ohio State had a couple of miscues in that first half and probably could have been up 20 points at halftime, if they can play solid defense and be competitive all game, they might be able to be in it late and possibly get the win. Costo was saying 27-24 Washington. And Doug is saying that Washington plays a little bit different at home, and he thinks that they could possibly get the win too. I guess we'll have to wait and see. What other matchups, before we get to talking about Ohio State, Michigan, what other matchups were out there today during rivalry week that y'all want to mention before we go into the Ohio State and Michigan conversation?
I don't really want to talk about nothing else, man. I'm ready to get to this high noon game. This is the biggest game. I don't know. I know my Seminoles playing. I know I got to wear this Buckeye shirt possibly. I don't know. I've been going OH at work these last few days, seeing what the vibe is like. They kind of shook me a little bit yesterday when I was at work before I got off because they was really coming in for the Black Friday shopping, but I don't know. I'm just anticipating this big game with North today. That's what I got my eyes set on today.
Hey, Moss, you really trying to be a Buckeye, man. I can hear it in your voice, man. They not lying about you.
Look, Zay. I
even got you trying to get from up under Florida State, huh?
Look,
yeah, man.
I got something for you. It's not many Buckeye fans that got this, Zay.
You don't want to talk about your nose, though, dog. You don't want to talk about your nose. It's hate week. You
For sure.
don't want to talk about your nose.
I knew you was gonna bring it up, so I wasn't even gonna say nothing. He said, "Let
Now
us
you supposed to say something. You supposed to be on that. You supposed to hop on that.
this Florida State team this season for me, man. I've been up and down more than a kid in a candy store, and I'm talking clown cone. I'm talking about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory type of candy store. So, for me with my Seminoles, man, we got to come out. We got to play football. This is a rivalry game. Tommy Castellanos, you got to get the job done. If you're not doing what you do by the end of the first half, Coach Malzahn, Pasperian, that's who I want to see. I want to see Kevin, big 4-star recruit from Texas. That young man could go. I like McCoy, our young offense. Nothing against Tommy Castellanos, but what I've been seeing throughout this time of us having these tough losses is our young players being good, but that young QB that could lead this team in the future not getting no play. I think it's his time. You put him in this rivalry game. You see what this young man is about. Kevin Sperry's come out and lead these Seminoles to a big win. Jackson, you need to be all about the action. The NFL is watching you. They've been watching you. Defense. I like our young defense. Joseph, Rawls, Wilson has come into his own. We got quite a few athletes, even with the transfer. I like our one. I think Herring is his name at the linebacker position. I think if our linebacking core steps up today, not give up those passes over the middle, we got to know Lagway's going to want to run a few times, and we got to respect this Florida team. You know, they are still a tough team. It's a rivalry game. They smacked us around last year. We got to come back and get what's rightfully ours. So, Florida State, let's do what we do. Let's get this big win today. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Hey, you know it's so hard to be a Noel fan in Columbus because you ain't finding none of that stuff in the stores. You ain't finding nothing.
He's trying to get me over, man. That's all. Super Tanker said, definitely in his voice.
Where's this game at?
This is at the swamp, I believe. This is in the swamp today.
Okay, so this is in the swamp. This is what I'm doing if I'm Florida State. I'm telling my seniors, look, man, thanks for all you've done. But I got to play these young guys and get these young guys ready for next season. Much like we seen Mississippi State do yesterday, benching their senior quarterback and going with a younger guy in that game because they felt like that younger guy had a better chance to get them to win. Tell Castellano, thank you. But listen, this season is done for us. We're not going to make a bowl game. Well, if you can, you can. But go ahead and let them young guys get out there and get some experience in a rivalry game. Let those guys play, man. I wouldn't even worry about whether I want to win or lose. I'm prepping for next year. I'm letting them young guys play, man, and see what they can do. Get them some reps. If I was Florida State, that's what I would do.
Man, you can't do that to them.
Listen, it's not a home game for them, bro. You already had your senior day. You had your spotlight in the sun on last game at Florida State. You're going to have to go sit down over there on the corner.
Man, these dudes, some of them dudes was a part of the undefeated team, though. You got to let them go out on a sword.
He wasn't. He left us and came back. He needed a timeout today. Go sit in the chair, like Unc said.
I agree 1,000% with what you're saying, FanDuel said. You want to do the right thing by them seniors. But I'm telling them dudes, listen, you had your chance. It's over. Pack your bags. I got to play this young dude.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to wear that Ohio State Buckeye shirt, man, because then they really gonna think I'm trying to come over to the community.
Bro, you got Buckeye memorabilia. You just put it on screen.
What? That's who wouldn't have? That's history, bro. That's part of history. That's all that is. I got so many historic. I got a Cavs picture. I'm not even a Cavs fan. A Spider Mitchell. That's because he him, man. Like you know me, man. Y'all just want me to come over, man. I'm a sports junkie.
Mossberg, the word is busted.
Oh man, they crazy.
He's
They
an
that's all they do.
undercover Ohio State Buckeye on the channel, posing as a Florida State
Oh
citizen. The colors,
wow.
they both got red, I guess, in them.
This is diabolical, man. This is diabolical. I'm gonna sip my coffee on that.
Boss be having dreams of him fighting himself, one in the Florida State jersey, one in the Buckeye jersey.
For sure. All right,
Hey,
man,
the cra-
Jose, you on the clock now, bro.
What's
Ohio
cracking?
State,
time is
Michigan.
ticking.
The weather is going to be favorable for who in this game?
The weather don't matter, man. It ain't really. It's cold, but it ain't nothing else. You know what I mean? It was colder. It was colder when we played Tennessee at the crib last year in the playoffs. It's cold out here. Don't get it twisted. But this is football weather. Once you get your blood flowing, it's cool. They ain't even gonna feel that, bruh.
Okay, okay. What's the situation with your wide receiver?
We know Smitty playing. I think Carnell game time decision though. I don't know what his deal is, man. We ain't getting no information. They just saying undisclosed injury. We don't even know what's wrong with him. But I mean, from this, like talking about it was an Achilles strain, but I mean he been out for 4 games. How long? How long do a strain supposed to last? You know, like I don't know. But even if we don't see him, I feel like we'd be straight. I think we get Quincy Porter back. I like Bryson Rogers. I like Bryson Rogers a lot. So I mean, as the four, if we got them four that they can go, I'm good. But them dudes, them senior dudes that play on senior night against Rutgers, them dudes ain't it, man. And I ain't even realized we done had like 4 or 5 dudes hit the portal, but they was the tweener guys. That's why missing Quincy Porter last game, it looked so wild out there because he really the next man up for real. Like the boy Adolph, he ain't no good, bro. Like he just one of them dudes that pad your GPA stats. But I mean, as long as Smitty good, man, Brandon Ennis, he gonna be all right. He creates space and he's a possession receiver. So as long as we got them two, we shouldn't really it shouldn't the offense shouldn't be affected for real. We definitely need Carnell for this playoff ride though. So if they don't think he 100, man, I wouldn't even play him anyway. Like, don't play him today. Like, shit, if he ain't 100 in the Big Ten championship, don't play him either. Like, just sit him
Mm,
out to the playoffs if he hurting like that, because he been out of a while, bro. We ain't seen him since October.
Yeah.
mm.
Mossberg, you got a question for him before I go to for my next question?
Man, my question for me. OH.
Oh my God, I am not answering that. You are
I
not a
see.
Buckeye.
I'm trying to feel where my decision on this pick is going because I've been doing that. Like I said, the last couple of days at work. My only question I got for you, fan Jose, when it comes to this game today would be, what do you think? How do you think Julian Sand is feeling? This is his first big game when you think about this rivalry. He got to go to Ann Arbor. He's going up north. You got the weather that's playing a factor. You got nerves that he's going to have. Everybody do in a rivalry game. What's if you are Coach Day? What is one thing you say to Julian because he could have a Heisman moment this afternoon up north? What is your thoughts?
I mean, it ain't nothing specific to say to him that you wouldn't say to the whole team, man. This game, bro, it's like where legends is created at Ohio State. You know, you just got to go out there and ball, bro. And this ain't it. You don't take a different approach. This is what you've been leading up to all year at the Ohio State University. You leading up to this game every year. You know, we got after this game finished, the clock in the Woody restart until next year. It's a clock, like with the whole calendar until the next tip off of the game. So nah, you just gotta go out there and ball, man. No excuses. You know, just make shit happen. You know. Hey, I tell you what. Just think about the type of dudes that careers and kicked off though. Like in this game, Chris Olave when he was a freshman. When he was a freshman, we played at Ann Arbor. had a monster day though. Like he wasn't doing all that all year. And then what? What happened? Next year he balled out. Dwayne Haskins had to come in for JT Barrett when JT hurt his knee, balled out. You know what I mean? So like people really create their base, their roots of having a great career at Ohio State in this game. I'm telling you. And all these dudes, young, Bo Jackson, they asked Brian Day in the press conference, how do you feel like you could trust a freshman in this game? Hell yeah, you could trust him. You trusting him all year. This is where he gonna put his name on the map. Let him really put his name on the map. Don't. That's why I'm saying they better not get out here acting funny and calling funny stuff because just because we got two freshman running backs is 1 and 2 on the depth chart. Don't try to abandon the run game if it ain't working early or none of that.
Try to stick with it.
Yeah. I mean, the saying is, if a dog's gonna bite, they're gonna bite as a pup. And if these guys are biting right now as freshmen, you gotta let them roll. What do you think about Max Clare, and what is his importance in this game going to look like?
I asked your question again. My phone cut out.
Okay, Max Clare, how important is he going to be in this game?
He's gonna be absolutely important. Like he really a safety blanket for Julian. You know, you seen Carnell and Smitty out last week. He led the team in most targets. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be important, man. It's gonna be a point in the game where I feel like he gonna have to make a play, man. He gonna have to, and it's gonna break the game. I feel like I think he gonna be the difference maker, honestly, today.
Yeah, that's the same thing my cousin Chad, Super Taker 13, is saying too. Max Clare is going to have himself a day today. Um, let's welcome our man post game of the Post Game 86 podcast to the show. How you feeling post game?
Man, good morning, y'all.
Morning, buddy.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're talking about Ohio State and Michigan. Donnell was saying OSU needs to load the box and make Michigan throw. What's your thoughts on that, FanDuel's? Hey, do you think that's the strategy defensively that Ohio State should deploy?
Darnell only blocked out one of them M's in there. He should have put the other one as an underscore. Man, y'all making my pick blurry today, boy. I tell you, I'm watching everything that come in because I'm basing my pick off of everything I do. Can I get an OH from y'all if y'all Buckeye fans in the chat? Oh, man, what we going to do with them, Monk? What we going to do with them?
You should have at least 3 IOs in there. You got Constone, you got Chad, and you got Donnell. Where them IOs at?
Man, where they at?
FanDuel Zay was on mute. So what do y'all think about Donnell's comment? Do you think that they should load the box and make Michigan throw the football?
Man, we gotta
Absolutely. We gotta load the box.
Yeah.
We gotta load the box. We don't believe Underwood can do it. He got 9 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions on the year. He can't do it.
I think that could be a good thing and a bad thing, though, because they got a freshman named Marsh. Shout out to Howard's nephew, because that boy is a monster out there on that football field. And it's the thing, in rivalry games, anything can happen. Who knows if he blitz and one of them backs get out and he swing it to him on a little kick out on the screen or something. We never know what type of things could happen, but I think that's a good recipe. But they still got to be careful and respecting his ability to run and have that breakaway speed as well as be able to throw the ball. That's one thing as well.
Hey, we potentially got the 2 top draft picks on the defense on this defense, bro. There's no way this team should score 10 points. That's just me being like Arvell Reese is in a lot of projections the number 1 pick right now.
Yeah.
Downs in a lot of projections is the number 2 pick right now. You got to cut these boys loose. And we ain't worried about Andrew Marsh. He is a dog. He's a baller. He is. But I feel real comfortable leaving one-on-ones with all them dudes and putting 8 in the box. I feel real comfortable with that. And really, um, I want to see Downs matched up with whoever they think the best tight end on the Michigan team is, because we know Michigan want to run the ball and throw it to the tight end too. I'm not worried about my corners though. My corners is all right. They're gonna be all right. Like they been held up in every game this year. That we haven't gotten beaten on one big play. One big. I think it was one big play all year, maybe two. One against Washington and one against Texas. But outside of that, we ain't gave up no big plays in the passing game. I'm not worried about that.
Oscar, have you got any questions for FanDuel Zed as it relates to this Ohio State Michigan game?
Uh, man, I was thinking, man, my fault, y'all. I'm
No, you
late to the
good.
show. Boy, that alarm clock didn't go off like it was supposed to.
That's that
but
independent in Notre Dame for you.
but anyway, man. Michigan, Ohio State. I think, man, this got to be probably the highest viewed game of the year. Uh, it's gonna be crazy, and this what both of the fan bases been waiting for all year, really. Uh, I don't know. I just my question would be is what will if Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith aren't 100%, then who will Ohio State look to in the passing game? Will it be Max Clare?
Well, Jeremiah gonna play. He already announced he playing. I think he got an injury. It's like one of them injuries that don't get worse. So that's why we seen him roll out against UCLA, because it's like he ain't gonna make nothing worse. You know what I mean? Once he get loose, he good. But Max Clear is definitely gonna have a game today. I think he gonna have a game today. I think he gonna break the game. And listen, we gonna roll these boys. We gonna roll them. Hey, and I need all my money. I'm doing collections at 3:30. I'm starting collections at 3:30.
I hear you. I hear you. Is there any position group that you think Michigan might have a slight advantage?
Nah, really not. I don't. We got better running backs. Our defensive line, I think, is balling out of control. Man, did y'all see that play that Caden Curry made last week where he stripped the quarterback and he recovered it and they ain't giving him his touchdown? It was a touchdown for real. But them dudes is balling out of control. We got the best linebacker corps in America. You know, them DBs be seatbelting everything. Nah, man. We listen, every position group you go down, I think we got the edge. The only thing that can stop us in this game is coaching. Coaching. Like I said, Ryan Day, your nuts better not get tight today.
For me, I don't know. It's tough really to figure out a position, but the one that I've been watching throughout the season, and the reason I picked this position for Michigan is a running back room. If you add Haynes to that running back room, I think Michigan blows away with the running backs. But I think the reason I say it is because they've been able to step up and play the way they've played, being in that running back room with the type of player and Hayes being out. We know what he brings to the Michigan running back room, but him being out and them being able to consistently run that ball and not really miss a beat and sometimes look better out of the backfield receiving, just overall. That running back room is pretty nice for Michigan. So I'm going to just say, for me, I like that running back side for Michigan. I love me some Jackson for Ohio State, don't get me wrong, but that's really the only running back that I do feel, very highly about out of that Ohio State running back room. I know we have a guy from our hometown that's in that room, but he don't get a lot of play on that field. But with that being said, I just think Michigan has a better running back room, overall. Outside of that, it's really something tough to look at. It's a rivalry game, so some of the things you throw out the window, but that's just the thing that I look at is Michigan's running back room.
See, this the thing about today's game, and we saw a little bit of it last night with Texas and A&M. You can have a better team, you can have a better roster, the better players, more talent, more speed, be more physical. All that could go out the window because it's a rivalry game. Um, Ohio State, hands down, got the better team. They got the best team in the nation. They got the best collection of talent. But all that can go out the window because it's Michigan. Because it's Michigan. It's simply that. Um, Ohio State is on the road. Um, and you can see a scenario where Ohio State doesn't look like the team that they were throughout the season. It's a rivalry game. That's just what it is. On paper, Ohio State should blow Michigan out. This should be 45-3. But again, it's a rivalry game. We just don't know.
OH. Ah, they ain't in the comments fast enough, man. They better stop playing with Moss B. You know,
No, we don't. We don't take OH from non-Buckeyes, bro. You got to stop doing that.
and I'm just saying, hey, I got it. I got it all weekend from some fans. They was hitting me with it, but I'm trying to see where y'all's vibe at.
Hey, I totally get post game's point, but Texas on paper is a more talented team than Texas A&M. They just ain't looked like it all year.
Texas, yeah, man, if you go on paper, man, Texas,
They got more dudes on that team that's gonna pop up in the NFL draft than Texas A&M doing. That's how I judge it.
then you see it in a game like last night. I mean, that showed, what players going to step up. A lot of questions about Texas, the whole nine, secondary and all that. Texas is just, they loaded up.
What do y'all think Michigan needs to do offensively and defensively to be in this game? Donnell was saying that when they go with the 7-man line of scrimmage to run the football, that Ohio State cannot stay in that 4-5. What do you think Michigan needs to do offensively and defensively to be in this game?
I mean, we run more 5-2 than anything this year. So that I mean, that's not. I don't think that's gonna be an issue. We've been running a lot of 5-2.
I just think they got to have, man, I think Bryce has to have the best game of the season. I think the defense has to be not just better, they have to be way better than they have all season. And I'm talking about, getting off blocks, making the right reads, stepping up and playing that bumper run at the line of scrimmage on the receivers, giving them something to think about every time they break that huddle. I think they have to have a different momentum, just as players and team, not even a crowd. They have to come in and this have to be a different type of Michigan team, the team that is worth $100 million instead of bringing in a corner. Like you bring in a quarterback 10 million, you got to go out here and play like 100 million a day. That's what I think they need to do in order to get this win. This is a tough pick for me today, man. Picking this game, like this has probably been one of the toughest picks that I've had to pick this season because it's a rivalry and it's Michigan and Ohio State. It's been 4 years. This team Ohio State got look like they could run it back, and I'm talking running it back not just this year, downstay another year. They could possibly do it in the third year. That's the type of thing you can look at with this team, not just as a fan, but as a person that watches the game because they just constantly loading up. So Michigan have to play 100 million. That's what they got to play today.
Yeah, Michigan gonna have to find a way to keep Ohio State off balance on defense. They're gonna have to you see how Texas in the second half last night had Tech or A&M discombobulated. They were confused. They didn't know if they were kicking or if they were punting or going for it on fourth down. The crowd noise got involved and was a factor. They're gonna have to do things like that on offense, keep them off balance, confuse them a little bit with the run and the pass. I don't know if Underwood is capable of that, but that they gotta be in situations where Ohio State is confused on defense, and that's easier said than done, man. Underwood is gonna have to have the game of his career today if Michigan is gonna pull off the upset. It's gonna be on Underwood.
Let's just keep it a band. It's the same recipe for the last four times they done beat us. They gotta string together a couple drives throughout this game that's 9 minutes long and keep us off the field. I mean, that's just the simple fact that that's how they done beat us. They had like an 8.5 minute drive in the third quarter last year, but we could not get on the field. And I mean, it wasn't a lot of points around, you know. So that's why it was so important for us to slow down the pace even more this year and practice on efficiency. Because when we touch the ball, we got to score, and that's only if they having these long strung out drives.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I think that's big. I think every possession y'all got to get a field goal. Y'all got to get the touchdown, something when y'all get on that side of the field. I think that's big in a rivalry game as well. All points is necessary. And I think y'all got the offense, y'all got the special teams, whether it's a field goal or six or seven, however they look at it, especially the defense. That's something to look out for today. The defense has been the defense. They haven't even had to turn the ball over and get takeaways in the way of returning touchdowns and things like that to be the great defense that they are. So that's something to look out for. If they get that early in this game, Bucknut Nation could be going wild up in Ann Arbor with 100,000.
Yeah, Donnell was saying in the past they use tempo and timing patterns with their tight ends and players to the sidelines. Then they pop them gut runs in the third quarter. I'm wondering if Michigan has any tempo in them. I don't know if I've seen any tempo out of them this year. I haven't really watched them a whole lot, but I think that that's tempo against Ohio State. If you can capitalize on it, can be one of the things that can really help you against Ohio State to try to tire out their defensive linemen. Don't allow them to get a chance to substitute so that you can get some of those gut runs because you know Michigan's going to come out there with them 6 and 7 offensive linemen and try to run the football. Will they be able to do that today? Will they be able to throw flares and screens and their wide receivers can block the DBs and get the ball down the field and get 4 and 5 yards here and there doing that to keep the chains moving? And have one of those long 8-9 minute drives like FanDuel had mentioned. I think that's the only way they can really be in this game against Ohio State. They got to keep that offense on the sideline for Ohio State and be able to string a couple of series where they have some 7, 8, 9 minute drives. But they can incorporate a little bit of tempo in there to keep Ohio State from substituting those linemen, and they might have some success.
Hey, and
One-
you know, just to tell y'all too, y'all, we've been seeing this too. Special teams is going to play a very big key today. Like we've been seeing it in these games already. You gotta make your field goals. You gotta have an explosive punt sometimes or a kick return sometimes. You know, special. You might Texas blocked that field goal early in the game yesterday. You gotta have something. Your special teams got to give you something today.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Anything else I
100%.
want to add?
Yeah, I was just gonna say the run game is gonna be gold for Michigan today. Um I said it last night in the A&M and Texas game. Like Texas was abandoning the run a little bit early on, and I'm like, man, you can't abandon the run, even if you're not busting big plays out of it. You gotta keep the defense honest. Same thing goes for Michigan. Even if Ohio State is stout and stopping the run, they gotta mix it up. Cause if they come one dimensional, they become one dimensional and think that Underwood is going to be a drop back passer and they're going to be successful on offense. That's a recipe for disaster. against Ohio State. So they gotta be balanced.
Yeah. Donnell wants to know what your Notre Dame Fighting Irish going to do today.
A little barbecue chicken, well done on the grill. Jeremiah Love, a buck 50,
Ooh,
two pay dirts. That's all that is. But
Oh, y'all got
it's what's
Stanford. Y'all got Stanford.
yeah, man. What's crazy is that Notre Dame don't play to 10:30 p.m. tonight. I,
Oh,
I
yeah, I
don't,
thought West Coast.
they gotta go to West Coast.
Oh,
yeah, I haven't seen that in forever. I don't remember unless I'm forgetting something. Yeah, they play late.
I hate them games, man.
Yeah, I really wish y'all would get rid of this game being in hate week. Like y'all should just play USC last every year.
Yeah, that would be ideal. I would like to play USC hate week. But even though Stanford is down, Stanford is actually a rivalry game for the Irish.
yeah. But didn't it used to be USC at the end? Didn't they play the last game?
Some it's mainly USC is normally um in November. And that's the issue. That's one of the issues USC has with playing Notre Dame and renewing the rivalry. I believe USC wants to play early as opposed to November. I guess they don't want to come to South Bend late October, early November. So we'll see if they figure it out.
Hmm.
Yeah, I sure hope they do get it figured out because I would like to see that game continue to go. Anything else y'all want to add before we wrap up? We right at hour and 16 minutes. Anything else y'all want to add?
Where Poe at, man? Who heard from Poe? Where Poe?
I mean,
You
he
know,
made a cameo appearance in the chat yesterday, but we didn't hear nothing else from him later on in the evening.
Man, he ready to rip my head off or something. I don't know.
we gonna hear from you, man. I haven't been able to make my pick yet, man. This is a big game today. High noon. Everybody been waiting on my pick, man. I don't really know, man. They say when you get a feel of that Buckeye Nation, man, you become a Bucknut. Bucknut. That's what they say, FanDuel. I haven't got a feel of that yet. So they say when you come up north, where it ain't easy. And it's a tough out when you come up north. So I say, go blue. Get a big victory at home today against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Parlay.
Hey, y'all, he just a pretender fan, man.
Get the
Don't hate
big
on him.
win today. I'm picking Michigan to get this big win today in this rivalry game. You know me. It's all about the chaos, and I would love to see more this weekend.
This
That's
why we not recruiting you right here. This blasphemous that you got going on.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just for the chaos today, man.
Yeah.
Our running backs, Donnell, listen, our running backs is gonna do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Donaldson, he like a what they call it? He like a touchdown vulture. So once we get down there, I expect them to insert him because this little experiment with Bo being the red zone running back, I seen why. I thought I was one of them believers like, why we ain't leaving Bo in the game? But one thing Donaldson know how to do is find that end zone. He just a vulture to it. But Isaiah West and Bo, they gonna get us there. They gonna get us down there. Just Donaldson gonna finish it off. It's gonna be the same 3-man rotation you seen all year, but I'm curious too though what they gonna do with Peoples because earlier in the year Peoples was pressing. He wasn't really running. He wasn't running good. But these last few weeks we've been seeing him look more and more like a baby Travion Henderson out there. Not as fast, but just as explosive. So I don't know. We're gonna see what the rotation looks like, but I definitely expect Bo and Isaiah West to do their thing.
Man, Parlay Poe is at an undisclosed location this morning. It's off the radar. He don't have no phone on him, nothing. It's just him and like a 1950s TV. They don't even have color on it. So Parlay Poe is hard to find this morning. He got one thing on his mind.
He in the bunker.
He
He
be
in
in the
the
bunker.
he in the doomsday bunker.
We definitely appreciate everything, man. We appreciate y'all jumping in with us this morning, man. Rivalry week is still going on. The big game at knowing this game's all day to day. Make sure you check out everyone's channel at the bottom. We on YouTube, we on Facebook, some of us. So just tap it, check it. We're on there. I'm on Twitter as well as TikTok, Instagram, and you got WTP for Life, Level Up Sports Channel, myself, Parlay Poe of the Blitzburg Podcast, Post Game 86, City League TV, and he's on Facebook as well. And you got FanDuel Zay, along with SEC Sean, who bring us NASCAR talks. And we'll be coming live with you here in the next few weeks. We haven't stopped. We got high school basketball streams coming from the City League, and we're going to tap in even to some of the OCC, some of the women's high school basketball. We got a lot to come. We're working on the coaches' corner for the City League. There's so many things in the work that we have coming and going throughout this next few months as the season continue. And I'm hoping I could tap into one of the great Buckeyes to bring him on and have a conversation with him as well. We just got so many things planned, so make sure you stay tapped in. Keep your notifications on because you just don't know when we coming on. And Mossberg just might go live today for this big game because this action here today. We having a little something at the house, so I might tap in and go live. If I got the show muted, just type in the comments. I'll be back and forth in it, so just stay tuned for that. Might be doing some live footage of that as well. But other than that, anything you got to say to the people before we get out of here?
I'll send you the invite so we can shift you back in there so you can have access again. Because once I put Sean in, I took you out, but I'm gonna send you the invite so you can come in there and replace somebody that's in there.
Cool.
In case you go
Hey, if y'all want to tap in with Zay with the live watch, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be at Parlay, man. I'm gonna be at Parlay, you know what I mean? Because I'm waiting for Poe. I don't know nothing about Poe. Where Poe at? But I'm gonna be at Parlay watching the game.
Hit me, Zay, because I can definitely join that with you if you want. We could just do that. I'll set it up and I'll join you. I'm with it. Whatever you want to do, brother.
Donnell wants our score predictions. Y'all got a score prediction for him? He said
Yeah.
28-10 Buckeyes.
Yeah, I'm going 35-10 Ohio State.
Give me 10. They got 13 last year. Give me 20. Give me 23-17 Michigan.
Oh man. I just think Ohio State got the better team this year by far, man. I got it 27-17 Buckeyes.
I'm going 31-17 Buckeyes. All right. Well, at least I need the Buckeyes to win anyway, even though I want Michigan to win so I can be on FanDuel's head and T1's head. I really need for Ohio State to win this game to help my Texas Longhorns possibly move up in the college football playoff rankings. So I hate to say it. I think they're going to win, and I need them to win, but I hope that I can just talk some trash a little bit longer to my man FanDuel, Zay, and T1.
That's T1.
I know that's what you hoping for, man. I know.
That's what I'm looking for, man. I am. All right, but it's all in good fun, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he tired of us arrogant assholes, man. He tired of us.
Just a little bit.
Hey Rob, that last night. That's how Texas was supposed to look all year, man. Weisner went nuts.
Yeah, pretty much. I
50.
thought Steve Sarkisian was going to get in his own way there for a minute in that first half, but I kind of knew he was going to come back to the run game. I just wasn't 100% sure because he didn't show it all season long that he could
Right.
commit to the run game.
Hey, SEC Sean knew it was a wrap.
Yeah, he called it early.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to jump off a bridge at some point today.
All right, y'all have a good one, man. Enjoy these games, man, and keep the chat fluttering like crazy like I did last night during my game.
Y'all already know, man.
Hey, it can't come fast enough.
I'm going to be in there, man. I'm going to be in that chat today.
All right, y'all have a good one, man.
All right, in the
Peace.
building. We out.
Y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Now we recording.